So now that you've gotten your license email from MATLAB, the next thing students need to do is to go to the mathworks.com, click the sign in button. They need to enter their BEST. They need to go create an account, and they're going to type in their BEST email address. And then they are going to make sure that that's an active, usable email. Then they are going to type in their password and confirm their password and click next and follow the remaining prompts for this. Now, if a student has already created an account, they will get an email stating that there's been a request to create an account with an email that already exists, and they will not be able to go into this create piece. So if they can't get past the password piece in creating an account, please help them go check their email and look for that email, and then they can go back, click the back arrow, and they can go into sign in, and they can go into typing in their BEST email account. And click next, and if they need to have a password reminder or reset sent to that email, they can do that. But they need to log in using their username and password. They will come to this screen. Up in the top right-hand corner will be an icon, generally with their first and last initials for the account that they have made. They're going to click on that, and they are going to go click Link License. Now, the email that teachers and mentors that you have received from MathWorks, you will need to give that to the students for them to type in. Okay? I have better luck using the activation key from the email and copying and pasting that rather than trying to type all those letters and numbers. But you could forward the email to the students. You could copy and paste it into a chat area in your LMS, such as Google Classroom, a notebook, an online notebook that they have, that type of thing. And then you click the link license, okay? Once your license is linked, you will have full access to everything. And when they go to my account to check if everything is correct, you go to my software. It will have the license number there, after using the activation code. It will tell you what year it is, etc. So now that your account is linked, you're ready to start. So I'm going to click over here on MATLAB, and I'm going to open the MATLAB online. Now, if you're got that PC ready to go, you can also install the program onto your computer. This is a great option for teams that are wanting to use Simulink and MATLAB to program their robot, as you cannot download a program from the online web version to the VEX V5 brain. You have to use that through the program itself. But to meet the engineering notebook rubrics, you don't need to install the program. You can use the online version. So I'm clicking on the online version button, and I'm waiting for it to load. And once you get in, you will come into this browser window that has the command window, has a sidebar to help you make choices as you're going through things, and all sorts of options up here in this ribbon. first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go to add-ons. And we are going to go to explore add-ons. And we are going to look for the robotic playground. So I'm going to type robot playground in here. As soon as I see it here, I can just alone download the playground itself. I can also download the expansion pack. For right now, I am just going to download this into my web browser version that it's going to go into for my account, and I'm going to click OK. And then I am going to click the button, the Add button. And I'm going to wait patiently here as it's adding it to my browser window for the program. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the Open the Get Guide, Starting Guide clicked, because I want to see what it has to say. So just so that I can see what happened behind, I'm going to minimize this screen. Okay, next here. Except for now, I have some instructions in here. And if you noticed, down here in the corner, there is a little sidebar window on the left side that has opened up that has a number 1 in it. And when I mouse over it, it says that to switch windows. So this will layer windows on top of each other, which is a neat feature, but it also can be confusing. So if you don't see a window open, check down in the bottom right-hand corner of this workspace screen and see if you see any little bubbles with numbers in it to indicate that there's a window. I also have some instructions here I can read. I can look at the different pictures for different type of activities that are now with the playground, with the add-on toolbox Robotics Playground getting started. And if I keep scrolling down, it says, well, let's go ahead and open the Robotics Playground app. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open this window here. And it might show up anywhere on your screen. So again, if you don't see it right away, because sometimes it's real easy to click the link in the instructions and then automatically click the direction screen again. And if you noticed, my window disappeared. To bring it back, I can go here and I can click on the highlighted Robotics Playground app, and it will bring it right back up to me. I have some choices that I can do here. Okay. I can immediately go into an obstacle environment. I can create an object environment, MATLAB, and I can spend time looking at all of these and decide what I like best that I want to spend my time with. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to go to the obstacle environment here, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to wait, and the border around the button for the obstacle environment turned blue. It had turned blue, so I am just waiting for this to open, and it finally opened. So I'm going to come back over here to the right. I am going to click on this window. See, now my bubble says 2 down here in the corner. I'm going to open the Robotics Playground, and I'm going to come back over to my switch windows to my environment. And I can move this window around my screen. I want to really be able to see easily what's going on here, so I am going to make this full screen. Okay. And it will exhibit some tips and tricks. All right. For you, it says, did you mean to scroll? Press the mouse and scroll wheel to pan and drag. So I can scan and drag. I also, if I press the space bar, allows for the image in the middle of the screen here. I'm going to close that window now that I understand about scrolling and dragging and clicking. If I press the space bar, it will automatically have the images and the tools fill the screen and kind of center it for me. So it makes working in it a little bit easier. And now I can see that I have a motor. See, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. I've got a left motor. I've got a box talking about the velocity, and I've got a little knob here. And I've got the same thing going on with my right wheel, with the right motor, okay? And I have some other options here that I can use as well, but right now I'm just going to focus on the right and left. And if you noticed that there is a positive number and a negative number side to each of the knobs. So negative generally means reverse. Positive generally means going forward. And the way that you move these knobs and the information on that will determine how your robot runs, okay? So I can click the run button here, and you'll notice the screen go a little bit gray, and that's okay. My mouse is spinning, which is okay because now it's loading the simulator. And it brings up an entirely new window. So I can actually layer these windows, and I can adjust these windows so I can be able to make adjustments to different things here. Let's see if I move it. There we go. I minimize the dashboard, the sidebar here by clicking on this little arrow down here, and I just clicked minimize. Or if I wanted to, I could put it to the bottom. But I think I like the minimize piece the best because it allows me to see my simulation a lot better. So I'm going to move that around so that I can watch what's happening with the robot here. And if okay, I'm opening this up here. I'm not making it full screen right now. Okay, because I want these windows layered. And there's a reason for that. I want to be able to see what's happening as I make some different choices. And you can see that the robot is starting to move. And I've kind of got it going into a circle right into the edge of the... So now I'm going to make changes to the right motor, and we'll see if we can get the robot to move forward. Because I've got both of the the knobs here into a positive area, and it looks like I'm getting the robot to move forward. I'm also getting the little two-wheeled robot here to move forward on this view here. So if I wanted to be able to take a screenshot of this, I could easily use my snipping tool, my screenshot tool, my camera on my phone, whatever tools I have available for my device. An iPad could come and take a picture of this. I can easily show what the motor setting is that I've got set in this screen here, in the environment screen. And I can easily see how the robot is moved. So if I took a before picture when everything was set at a certain point. But I could even start here, take a screenshot, come back and hit the run button again. And I can then wait a bit, and I can have my robot move just a little bit more toward the obstacle there or the direction it's going. I can then stop or pause the simulation and take another picture, and then I have shown that my robot has moved, what the settings were, and I can also start learning that, oh wow, my right motor is set at a faster speed than what my left motor is, and I see it starting to turn. So I can learn about how the wheels and motors move, and that gives me great information to put into my engineering notebook about what I learned about using the Simulink Robot Playground simulator, and how I learned about the different speeds of the motors affect how the robot drives, and how clear I am and detailed in my description in my engineering notebook can help you earn that full 10 points for using the Simulink simulator and for your team, and how that knowledge can help your team understand the programming needs that your robot is going to need. So after I've explored the simulator, I've learned some things. I thought it was pretty cool. There are some things that you can do in this simulator if you want to take it to a next step and you have time. If you click on the playground environment icon above the motors, by clicking on the game field environment icon above the motors, it opens up these obstacle environment options where you can set your arena settings, you can set your robot settings, you can name it, you can put the specific measurements of your robot prototype that you're looking at, what the radius of your wheel is, and where it's starting on the game field. You can also use the game field drawings in your team workflow to identify how large certain obstacles are, so you could practice what that might look like through a simulation. You can adjust the width and length and the position of the obstacles, like you see the orange square and rectangle here in the simulation, to be parts of the game field so that you can test out how your robot may work and maneuver around those type of things. And you have up to like 8 or 9 objects that you can add. So you could even construct a quadrant or the game field and modify the robot if you would like. But you don't have to. We are just asking teams to come in, log into MATLAB, go to the online version of MATLAB and Simulink, add that robotic playground here, modify some of the settings here, watch what happened with the robot when you made changes from the original programming when you opened it, share what you learned about the motor settings in your engineering notebook, take screenshots of your changes to what you did, your coding pieces, and the simulation screen as evidence of what happened. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5 different screenshots showing the different changes you made to the motor speeds here, as well as what it looked like in the simulation. And if you want to extend your use of Simulink, great. There is an award offered from MathWorks for the use of Simulink with your team. And the information for that can be accessed through your team workflow in the registry. There is one award given out to each region during the regional tournaments for the best design of a program using Simulink. Like I said, you can find out more information about that. But if you're not sure about using Simulink, the information here will get your team ready and up and going to meet the Engineering Notebook rubric requirement, and maybe just start a love of learning more about Simulink.